In terms of sample preparation, LFA, I classify as moderate to difficult. And this is a mold, so you get pretty good repeatability once you have molds that work and are to the right dimensions, but you also have to make them optically opaque. So that's another step along with sanding to get them nice and smooth. So we have had tests fail because they simply were too transparent. So that's just another variable that you have to consider. With TPS, once you have your molds, you have to sand them to get them nice and flat, but that's about it. So I'd say that's a moderate to easy sample preparation. Analysis time, LFA, you're running 30 to 60 minutes towards the end. And again, we had that instrument for about 15 years. I'd say 60 minutes was more the over under, just because we would have little things, especially with the detector as it ages. It really requires a lot more monitoring. TPS, 5 minutes. Once you know what you're doing, it's a very quick method. Consumable supplemental accessories, LFA, yes, we need a water pump because to reach a thermal equilibrium, we not only need heat, but we need a way to cool it to keep it within a very tight temperature confine. So we need to constantly change out the water source with that. It also requires liquid nitrogen for the detector. With the TPS, we have none of that. Simply plug in your sensor, let it come and warm up for a few minutes, and then you're pretty much ready to go. The LFA noisy, yes. That's mainly the furnace that's running along with the water pump. The TPS, you really don't hear a thing. Robust software, not really, but again, that was an older instrument, so I'm sure they've made iterations since then to make it a bit more user-friendly. But I know for us, we had basically two programs, one that would take the measurement, and then another one that would run it through different models in order to do thermal conductivity. So your standard operating procedure was 30 to 35 steps long. It was quite wasn't very robust, we'll say. Whereas TPS is sort of built into the software. It's color coded, so it's with minimal practice, you can get quite good at it quite quickly. Footprint, LFA is modest. It would take about half of a standard laboratory bench when you account for all the equipment. It's also quite heavy. TPS, no, you can do this on a standard desk, really. It's quite compact and convenient, as well as it's portable, whereas the LFA, due to its size, its weight, and all the additional things that you need to run it, is not very portable. So you're very much tethered to a workstation.